What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be installing a power mod on the Type R today. So let me show you guys real quick. Don't mind this.
That's exactly what he was showing y'all today.
Exactly. Your boy, yeah, don't mind the trunk either. Your boy, the weather just finally got nice, so I gotta find time to clean the car out. But we got the PRL Intercooler powder coated black. Picked it off Facebook Marketplace for a really good deal, and I do got the charge pipes to go along with it, so we're also going to be installing that too. So let's get to it. So here are the charge pipes. Hopefully everything is here. This is also going to be a good thing too, because I'm pretty sure I have like one of these hoses that connects to the throttle body might have like a rip or tear, so this will definitely help with not having a hole or a leak, boost leak going in. This is everything. All the pipes. You got your clamps and bolts. Charge piping. Hells yeah. So the previous owner did spray it PRL right here, but over time rock chips are gonna hit it, and I was honestly gonna do it, but again, look at it. It's probably gonna fade away again. But maybe in the near future I'll probably do it just cause, and then touch up on it. But yeah, for now, we're gonna install this bad boy. So I do have the Varis front bumper. Things might be a lot different from the stock bumper, but everything should be semi similar. You're obviously gonna have the bolts on the sides, on the two sides, probably a couple clips underneath the tray to take off. But I'm not gonna show you guys all that because I'm pretty sure looking down on it, it should be pretty simple and straightforward. So honestly, me and Justin are just gonna get straight to work. So we got all the tabs off from the headlight to the, you know, the basic piece right here.
You unplugged your MAF already?
Yeah, unplugged the MAF, and we loosened the PRL intake so that way it can give us more room and leverage. We're probably gonna take this off though because we're gonna need to get in between here for the throttle body. So we just got that 10 mil bolt off that's holding the intake, and now we could just literally plop up there so we don't lose it.
Bam.
Bam.
Bing, bang, boom.
Intake out, and look at the charge pipe right here. All right, so now we're gonna disconnect the battery. Positive terminal first, and then the negative.
You watch me electrocute myself?
And then we're just gonna take it out. Thank God for a lightweight anti-gravity battery though.
I need a long time.
Should make this job somewhat better. I remember last time when I was doing the hybrid detent springs, bro, trying to put the battery back in, my back. Just got the battery out.
Quick pump, pinky only.
That's crazy. Pinky gains right here.
Hell yeah.
Let's take this out. And yeah, there's the battery tray. So yeah, we're gonna continue making more room.
Just like that.
Boom.
Go throw this off in the dirt.
Clean it up a bit as you go. Yeah, making good progress so far. So this is where the battery sits. You're gonna take these two bolts out, and then you're gonna take out this one right here, this one in the back, and then that third one. I'm pretty sure they're all 10s. This one looks like a 12 though.
Yeah, I think the side ones are 12.
Yeah, these ones are 10s. The bigger ones are 12, obviously.
That one might be a 10 over here. Yeah, this one's a 10.
Oh, it's a 10 too?
Yeah, I think these are bigger though. Yeah, these are just 12s.
Okay, so the back two right here are 12s. That one is a 10. So there's actually 3 12s. There's one hidden right behind this. There's just 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, we didn't see this one. I was like, why is it stuck? But yeah, we'll take this out, and then this one should be able to come out.
All right, guys. So Timmy lied. You got to take out every single bolt that's on there.
Every single bolt that you see. So we took out the rest, and now it just comes out.
So it's 10 and 12 notes.
I was lying to you guys. Sorry, won't happen again. Won't promise that though.
And then now you got access to the throttle body back here. The first part of the charge pipe. I think this is throttle body right there.
We gotta get that clamp off though somehow. So yeah, we're gonna need tiny baby hands.
All right, guys, so I gotta go home now.
Oh, great. Oh, great. All right, me and Justin got the front bumper off.
Timmy held the 10 mil wrench while I did the rest.
Hey, I'm the cameraman. And then that nick that I hit Oh my goodness. So we're gonna be getting rid of this anyways. It's gonna be new, clean, and black. Hells yeah. A closer look. Got Heat Soak City right here.
Boom. My bad.
So I'm pretty sure these are 14mm bolts. So we're gonna take 1, 2.
Those are like 12s.
Or 12s?
Yeah, it's a 12.
12s I meant. They're 12mm bolts. 12mm. Oh my goodness. There's one on this bracket right here that looks like a 10 actually.
Yeah, that's a 10.
And yeah, this.
Same thing over here, 10 right here, and then 2 12s.
All right, we got those two 12mm bolts and then the 10 that was holding the bracket.
The bracket just, there's like a piece on top that it slides in on. You just pull it up and then it comes out.
Yeah.
And then
So now you could just
lift it up a little bit. And then bam.
bam.
The bottom got these two like
Ugh, it's
nipple
wet.
things.
It's leaking.
It's leaking.
Water cooled.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
There is water. Nah, I'm just playing.
Yeah, let's compare it. Stock OEM intercooler to the PRL.
Let's take it outside so it's bright.
Here it is, PRL and stock. Damn, PRL is so much bigger. And a little bit wider too. Who she tells you not to worry about. Oh!
Wow. That's that BBI, the one she tells me not to worry about. Beautiful black intercooler.
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I also made sure that the gaskets were on here because I bought this used. So yeah, the gaskets are already in. So also be careful of that when buying used. Sometimes, I don't know.
Sometimes they just pop out. It's probably not intentional, but like you're taking it off, you know, quick glance, just rushing. It could pop out and you lose it.
Yep. Make sure it's seal tight, you know. You don't want boost leaks.
Yep.
When running hardcore. And or you're not building any boost.
Damn, just like that, it's off. Yep.
So we were taking out the 10mm bolt, right?
12 mils.
12mm bolt. Look what just, bro, y'all see that? That bolt way down there. Oh my god. Bro, just you lucky I could get that. Anyways, we're gonna be removing that sensor right here. I just unclipped this and now we're removing this charge pipe. So Justin's loosening that clamp that's connecting to that charge pipe. And then we're gonna go down here and loosen this. It's connected to this and then we're just gonna pull it straight out. So I got that top piece loose. I'm just gonna snake this part in somehow.
Or not, pull it out. Good.
Oh,
Yeah, it's so
I just gotta rotate it a little bit. And yeah, here's this portion.
And then I got your top piece out.
Put that there.
Take this clamp up, pliers, move it up. All right, struggle. But just loosen this, it'll come out. Careful with this, I guess.
It's gonna be replaced anyways, but
I didn't loosen this first clamp. I only loosened the second one to get it off the throttle body. And then now that it's up here, you can struggle.
all right, we got the charge pipe out with that piece, that hose right here. We just got a plier.
And you don't really want to like squeeze too hard with these. So I'll show you guys what I did. So say it's on there, right? It's on there like this. I just squeezed it like a little bit and then just moved it to like, just shimmy it off a little bit. And then I put it at the end and then I pried it a little bit. And then
Enough to get a flat head through.
And you could put a flat head through and then just shimmy it out. But now that it's not on there like super tight, you just pull it off. Twist and pull, guys.
Twist it.
No diddy.
Pop it. Nah, that's crazy. Pop it is crazy. Bop it.
Sensor.
Yeah, don't forget the sensor. So we're gonna put everything on here and put it onto the new charge pipe. All right, we got the sensor on. We use PRL's bolt that they provided.
It's in this small packaging with these two other
Looks like hex.
hex bolts and then this bracket.
We don't know exactly where that bracket go, but we're gonna figure it out. Nope. I watched other videos. I haven't seen no one really explain where it goes. So we'll see. We'll let you guys know if we figure it out.
All right, guys, so the elbow piece right here, put them side by side. The elbow piece goes right beside the sensor. And you just stick it in like that. Put a hose clamp here, and then before you put on the throttle body, put another one here, and then you can start tightening them up when you get it on.
Yep, but you don't want to tighten it fully because
you gotta move around the intercooler piping.
Yeah, you still need to connect this one to the bottom of this end tank.
And this bracket would go into here, and then those two little bolts go into there and they bolt up.
If this wasn't obvious enough, PRL Civic Type R throttle body cooler, just in case. All right, so we got this on, charge pipe. Tightening this clamp. You go under here, you're gonna reuse that rubber bushing right here. And it's gonna be like a piece in the middle, and then you're gonna put that, pretty sure a 10 mil bolt through it. Tighten that down, and this part should be good. So I just loosened this rubber 10 mil bolt. Justin is loosening the clamps. There's gonna be 2 bolts holding that clamp in. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's gonna be replacing this silicone. Oh, we're gonna be replacing it with this silicone. All right, so we just got the hot side out. Not that bad, but yeah, we're just gonna be replacing this pipe. That's pretty much it. You're gonna reuse the same hot side charge pipe right here. All right, we got the hot side pipes in. Justin, how was it?
I can show you guys too. It wasn't too bad. So PRL logo is upside down. Hot side right there. I just opted to reuse the OEM clamp because it's, you know, it's easier to just tighten a 10 mil like with a ratcheting wrench or a small ratchet if you have one. Just like that, and then it's way easier than like, well, I mean, it's all preference, but a hose clamp is a hose clamp. It'll work either way. As long as you got it tight up in there, make sure like it's good. You can pull on it pretty hard and it won't come out like this. Like, so you're good. Wasn't too bad on the hot side, like 30 times easier than the cold side, but cold side isn't too bad either. You just gotta be patient with it, you know. Not like him over there. This man ready to sleep.
Bro, I'm trying to play Minecraft.
That's so real.
Right, so here's the intercooler. You're gonna have these bottom like hinges, and it goes right in this rubber piece.
It just locks in, and
Yeah,
then
it just sits on it.
the back pieces, you just lift it up a little bit, line it up, and then, you know, put the bolts through. And then after that, you've got the brackets that the rubber part goes on top. There's little notches on both sides of the intercoolers, and then you bolt in the bottom wherever the hole is, and then you throw this on top, and then
That's pretty much it.
and then throw your bumper back on.
Hells yeah. And then we're done with the install. All right, everything's back on, from bumper on, intercooler on. That thing's clean. So yeah, we're gonna start it up. Hopefully everything's good. So since we disconnected the battery, when I first started the car, it said system initializing, drive carefully. So you're gonna have all these lights come on, but after a few miles, maybe a couple minutes down the road, all the lights should go away.